Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Keep or Delete video, and we're taking a first look at Atelier Resleriana. It has hit just a few hours ago, the global version. It has been available in Japan, so I know if you're a huge fan of the series, you've probably already taken a stab at the Japanese version. There doesn't appear to be any differences with that, but let's dive in for people that are not familiar with this game. You currently see in the background is some of the cutscenes. It does give you some options where you can pull up the transcript and read it. If you don't want to necessarily watch all the video, you can also fast forward it to a certain degree. There is not skip functionality. Maybe that comes later in the game to it, but who knows. But again, it's pushing us through a new section we must have opened up called Order, as you saw. So we can go ahead and order up high, as it says. Let's go ahead and get that done so we can move on to more gameplay. Now in these areas, there are skip functionalities because you'll be repeating this a lot, getting certain items. But there we go with that. Let's get out of here and we can get back to our gameplay and more discussion of this. But again, the cutscenes are done very well. If you're a fan of the series, you are probably going to really enjoy it. You're going to want to pay attention to it. So maybe that was their train of thought when it comes to skipping in the midst of the battle chapters. Now these are the characters I've acquired right now. As you can see, I've got Ray's Sword of Light. You're going to get Resna out of the gate, as well as Shalistera. And I also ended up getting Verona. This one will come in your mailbox, just so you're aware, for pre-registration rewards. But with these, you can train the characters like you'd expect for experience. You have equips, which you will acquire as the game progresses, and you will be able to craft those too. And then we've also got Board, which of course is another way to bring up your skill levels. As you can see, mat attack and defense, etc. I haven't touched any of them yet because I haven't decided how I want to do distribution on particular characters. As well as, of course, on their profile, you're going to have a breakdown of the character as well as its voice. Now, going back to the training section, you can go ahead and take a look and see the different skills you have here. You've got, for instance, for her, Verona Special. After attacking, boosts damage target receives by 10% for 2 turns. Boosts damage target receives by 10% for 2 attacks, and so on, of course. And we have Angel Spirit, boosts damage by 40% when own HP is 70% or higher. And last but not least, on this particular character, you've got a Mysterious Recipe, boosts damage by 40% when target is afflicted by received damage up after attacking, restores own HP by 40%. There is an awakening system on this character, but this is not necessarily a game where you're going to be worried about lots of dupes, especially early on, so that's very nice. You're going to have lots of missions, as you can see, that you're going to be able to work on and complete for purposes of rewards. There's achievements, events, and weeklies. There's recipes for you to help with your character. And basically, to do recipes, you have to unlock certain conditions, and then that recipe icon will come available once those requirements are reached for each recipe. And you can unlock new recipes as you progress through the main story, as well as there are rewards you're going to get for obtaining these recipes. You're also going to have your quests, which you have your training quests, which are going to be your tried and true experience, some currency, as you can see, orbs and power up due in pieces. Material quests is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically going to be a means for you to farm items, or I should say materials that you're going to need in the game. And as you can see, for your bonuses for pre-registration and downloading now, you've got all sorts of things coming in right now. Just for logging in day 1, you're going to go ahead and get the Bon Voyage gift. You've got the release celebration login bonus. You've got a release commemoration, and basically you're going to get 1,000 of the gems, which are the major currency. You've also got an award coming in reference to Discord, and of course the pre-registration reward had with it a character and a few other items, so quite a bit to get. So this is a good time to jump into the game if you're a fan of this series. They do have a card system, which they call Memoria, which is also there to help your characters, and you can level these up, as well as you can see the statuses that they will bring to your character. As for the paid aspect of this game, I really don't get the feeling it is too cash intensive, that this would be very free to play friendly out of the gate. So far I haven't put anything into the game, don't plan on it at this point in time. But again, it's always nice to see when companies don't use those $100 packs anymore, and this one maxes out at $80. The shop's available to give you a host of things that you will be able to get, including there is a piece exchange for characters, your wish medals also, to be able to pull up these different characters, and different bundles that you can get with your gems, as well as a monthly breakdown. So nothing that seems too out of the ordinary or too excessive. Now, if you are a fan of this IP and you are planning on playing it, and you know who you want to get and want to reroll, just do not bind your account, okay? And it does take a little time. Their intro is a little long, I will warn of that. But if you just go ahead and go into your menu system, but there is a delete data spot, as you can see, to go ahead and restart the game. You might want to also just go ahead and clear the cache out, as well as other saved memory, just to be safe. But again, I don't see the need to re-roll in this game, and I'll explain why, unless you're going to wait a week. Now, the reason why I don't think re-rolling is that important is there's not a lot of characters being introduced out of the gate. You're going to get so many free ones, like right here, if you complete your missions, the entirety of them, you'll get an SSR Memoria. So yeah, if you're lucky enough to get Ryza, then you're going to be smoking along, especially with the other free characters they give you. But that doesn't rule out everybody else. She's probably just the prime out of this particular beginning opening of the game. But the first banner should be coming in approximately a week. Really, the only pure top tier, whatever you want to call it, SS, however you structure a tier list. I hate tier lists, that's why you don't see me do them a lot of the time, is Sophie, and that character is still fairly dominant on the original version of the game, so it's a good investment. So if you really wanted that character, you may want to hold off and look to try to get that character, because it would be a limited banner with one other character. Everybody else you see available today at global launch will be there to pull in the future, so the likelihood of you getting missing characters is very slim, because they're going to be part of the general pool what's there now. So it would be the only thing to consider if you are familiar with this game and familiar with the character Sophie, especially if that limited banner is coming soon within the week. That could be one driving factor if you wanted to reroll. To me, the accessibility of most units, yes, limited banners are tougher, and you can do so much with the characters they give you here on this game that I just, for me, I'm impatient, so I decided not to reroll. I was lucky enough to get 2 3-stars, or I should say 1 3-star for my pull, and 1 coming in from the pre-registration rewards. So that is enough for right now, quite honestly, in my opinion, to make sure I really do like the game and want to continue to play it. But like I have said, the gameplay is going to be similar in all your modes. Now, of course, this is the global launch, this is the beginning. There's going to be additions to it and changes to it, but you're right now just going to be grinding through chapters to get your gems so you can pull, and as well as to level your characters up, etc., etc. So after this comes out, we'll go ahead and do a few polls before we wrap up this video. I'll be really curious if anybody out there is interested in playing it. I'm considering covering the game. I think graphically it's beautiful. I think the story is done well, like I stated previously, and it's actually been a lot of fun out of the gate. So let's go ahead and get these remaining things done, and hopefully they can take out these characters, because I have not put any extra training on my characters, but it looks like it is a battle fail. They do have 3 current banners right now, where basically the first 2 are paid banners where you're guaranteed a 3-star. The second one is basically 50% off. So yeah, that's some big incentive too. But last but not least, of course, would be your free-to-play banner. This is what I would recommend anybody that was going to play this game pull on. It has 4 featured characters, all good, but it also has Ryza in there, so that's probably the one you're going to be hoping for. So, and the rates are not bad. They're 4%. So for a 3-star, 4%, that is actually pretty good rates. Your 2 stars are 14, and your 1 star are 36.5. Now again, the cards, the Memoria also could be in there. They're at much lower specs, just 2% for the SSR, 7% for the SR, and 36.5% for the rare. Go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. So basically, I am only into chapter 2, and I have enough to do 2 polls. So that says a lot for what they're dropping right now out of the gate from pre-registration rewards, as and also too just going through chapters. So let's see if we can get anybody good here. We won't skip it, so we can show the whole graphic for this. And whoop, there we go. And jump. Yeah, long cutscene, huh? That's what I was thinking the first time I ran this, because in the game it forces you, of course, to do one as you're starting through the introduction in chapter 1. Okay, we got Tess. We got Marion. We got Cordelia. Looks like we got a card. An SSR, time just for the 2 card. Really would prefer the characters right now in this game. Linka, the 1 star. We got a rare card, Memoria, and another Memoria, rare card, and an SR Memoria, and a rare Memoria. Oh, what a bust on this pull. I mean, the cards are going to be useful down the road, but early game, I just don't see as much usefulness. Now we can go ahead. We'll just go ahead and do one more. Why not? See if we can pull any of the higher tier characters. Let's go ahead and skip through this, because it is quite lengthy, as you saw with the last pull. And I think everybody got the gist of it if they're watching, if they wanted to see what it looked like. We got Tess again. Oh boy. And another Memoria, rare. And 1-star Tau. And Linka. Oh boy. And Cordelia. Doesn't this seem to be a little repetitive? Thanks, Tess, for coming up twice. Oh my goodness. This was a bad roll. No, not even 1 3-star. Oh god, look at all the low ranks. Wow. Alright, well, 4% shouldn't do jack for justice for me. But there you go. There's just a quick overview of Atelier Resleriana. So yeah, let me know if your thoughts, if you are a fan of this IP and are planning to play this game, if you think I should cover it. I am going to go ahead and keep playing it for at least the next week or so into the first banner. So for this one, it's definitely a keep for me right now. I'm not sure where we'll be in about 45 days, but for right now, I'm all in. I love the cutscenes, I love the story, and I really appreciate the detail to how they've done the characters in the game. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.